As I remember, Adam, it was bequeathed me by will for 1,000 crowns, and charged my brother breed me well. And there begins my sadness. This is it, Adam, that grieves me, and I will no longer endure it, though I know no wise remedy how to avoid it.
Yonder comes my master, your brother.
Go, Adam! Thou shalt hear how he will shake me up.
Now, sir, what to make you here?
Nothing. I'm not taught to make anything.
Marry, sir, be better employed in not a while.
Shall I keep your hogs and eat husks with them?
Know you where you are, sir?
Oh, sir! Very well here in your orchard.
Know you before whom, sir?
Aye, better than him I am before knows me. I know you are my eldest brother, and in the gentle condition of blood, you should so know me. I was much my father and me as you.
What, boy?
Come, eldest brother, you are too young in this.
Wilt thou lay hands on me, villain?
I am no villain. Wert thou not my brother, I will not take his hand from my throat, or the other, and put up thy tongue for saying so.
Sweet master, be patient, for your father's remembrance be at accord.
Let me go, I say!
I will not till I please. You shall hear me. My father charged you with his will to give me good education, and you have trained me like a peasant. Therefore allow me such exercise as may become a better gentleman, or give me the poor lot my father left me, and I'll go buy my fortune.
And what wilt thou do? Beg when it is spent? Well, sir, I will not long be troubled with you. You will have some part of your will. I pray you, leave me.
I'll no further offend you.
Go with him, you old dog!
Is old dog my reward? Most true I have lost my teeth in your service. God be with my old master. He would not have spoke such a word.
Holla, Dennis! Holla, Dennis! Dennis!
So called, your worship.
Was that Charles, Duke's wrestler, here to speak with me?
So please you, he is here at the door.
Call him in.
Good morrow to your worship.
Good to see you, Charles. What's the new news at the new court?
There's no new news at the court, sir, but the old news. The news that the old Duke has been banished by his younger brother, the new Duke.
Can you tell if Rosalind, the Duke's daughter, has been banished with her father?
Oh no, she's at the court. The Duke's daughter, her cousin, so loves her that she would have followed her exile or died to stay behind her.
Where will the old Duke live?
They say he's already in the forest of Arden, and a many merry men with him. There they live like the old Robin Hood of England.
You wrestle tomorrow before the new Duke.
Marry do I, sir, and I came to acquaint you with a matter. I understand that your younger brother Orlando may come to try a fall against me.
Charles, I thank thee for thy love to me. I had myself noticed from Rebel's purpose, and have labored to dissuade him from it. I tell thee, Charles, he is the stubbornest young fellow of France, a villainous contriver against me, his brother. I would thou just break his neck.
I am heartily glad I came hither to you. If he come tomorrow, I shall give him his payment.
Farewell, good Charles.
I pray thee, Rosalind, sweet my cousin Mary.
Dear Celia, I show more mirth than I am mistress of, and with you yet I be merrier. Unless you can teach me how to forget a banished father, you must not learn me how to remember any extraordinary pleasure.
I see thou lovest me not, with the full weight that I love thee.
Well, I will forget my condition to rejoice in yours.
You know my father hath no child but I, and truly when he dies, thou shalt be his heir. Therefore, my sweet Rose, my dear Rose, be merry.
I will, coz, and in device sports. Let me see. What think you of falling in love?
Marry, I prithee, do to make sport. I love no man in good earnest.
What shall be our sport then?
How now, witch, whither wander you?
Mistress, you must come to your father.
Were you made the messenger?
No, but I was bid to come for you.
Aye. Mary, now unmuzzle your wisdom.
The more pity, that fools cannot speak wisely what wise men do foolishly.
Thou sayest true, for since the little witch that fools have was silenced, the little foolery that wise men have makes the great show. Here goes Monsieur LeBeau,
With his mouth full of news.
which he will put on us as pigeons feed their young.
And we shall be news crammed.
Bonjour, Monsieur LeBeau. What's the news?
I will you of good wrestling, which you have lost sight.
Shall we see this wrestling, cousin?
You must, for if you stay here, for here is the place appointed for the wrestling. And they are ready to perform it.
Yonder, Sheriff, they are coming. Let us now stay and see.
Is yonder the man?
Even he, madam.
Alas, he's too young. Yet he looks successfully.
You will take little delight in it. In pity of the challenger's youth, I would dissuade him. Speak to him, ladies. See if you can move him.
Call him hither, good Monsieur LeBeau.
Monsieur, the challenger. The princess has called for you.
I attend them with all respect and duty.
Young man, have you challenged Charles the wrestler?
No, fair princess, he is the general challenger. I have come but in as others have to try with him the strength of my youth.
Young gentleman, your spirits are too bold for your years. You have seen cruel proof of this man's strength. We pray you, for your own sake, to give up this attempt.
Do, young sir. We will make it our suit to the Duke that this wrestling might not go forward.
I beseech you, punish me not with your hard thoughts, but let your fair eyes and gentle wishes come with me to my trial.
The little strength that I have, I would it were with you.
Your heart's desires be with you.
Come, where is this young gallant that is so desirous to lie with his mother earth?
Ready, sir.
You shall try but one fall.
Excellent, young man.
If I had a thunderbolt in mine eye, I could tell you down.
Ah!
No more, no more.
I beseech your grace, I am not yet well breathed.
How dost thou, Charles?
He cannot speak, my lord.
Bear him away. What is thy name, young man?
Orlando, the youngest son of Sir Roland de Boys.
I would thou hadst been son to some man else. The world esteemed thy father honorable, but I did find him still mine enemy. Thou shouldst have better pleased me with the steed hadst thou descended from another house. But fare thee well, thou art a gallant youth. I would thou hadst told me of another topic.
Gentle cousin, let us go thank him and encourage him.
Young gentleman, wear this for me, one out of suit with fortune that could give more, but her hand lacks means. Will you go, coz?
Aye, fare you well, fair gentlemen.
Can I not say I thank you?
He calls us back. I'll ask him what he would. Sir, did you call? Sir, you have wrestled well and overthrown more than your enemies.
Will you go, cuz?
Have with you. Fare you well.
What passion hangs these weights upon my tongue? I cannot speak to her. O poor Orlando, thou art overthrown. I pray you, tell me this, which was daughter of the Duke?
Neither his daughters, if we judge by manners. But yet indeed the lesser is his daughter. The other is daughter to the vanished Duke.
I am much bound to you. Fare you well. Thus must I from the smoke unto the smother, from tyrant Duke unto a tyrant brother, but heavenly Rosalind.
My cousin. My Rosalind. Cupid have mercy, not a word.
Not one turn a dog.
Come, come, wrestle with thy affections.
Oh, they take part in a better wrestler than myself.
Is it possible in such a sudden? You should fall into so strong a liking with Sir Roland's youngest son.
Duke, my father, loved his father dearly.
Doth it therefore ensue that you should love him dearly? I should hate him, for my father hated his father dearly. Yet I hate not Orlando.
No, faith, hate him not for my sake. Here comes the Duke.
With his eyes full of anger.
Mistress, dispatch you with your safest haste and get you from our court.
Me, uncle?
You, cousin. Within these 10 days, if thou beest found so near our public court as 20 miles, thou diest for it.
I do beseech your grace. Never so much as in a thought did I insult your highness.
Let it suffice thee that I trust thee not. Thou art thy father's daughter. There's enough.
Dear sovereign, hear me speak.
Celia, we say it her for your sake.
If she be a traitor, why so am I.
Open not thy lips. She is banished.
Pronounce that sentence then on me. I cannot live without her company.
You are a fool. Eunice, if you outstay the time, you die.
Why, whither shall we go?
To seek my uncle in the forest of Arden.
But what a danger would it be to us? Maidens as we are, to travel forth so far. Beauty provokes thieves sooner than gold.
I'll put myself in port hire and smirch my face, the like to you, so we shall pass along and never stir a sailor.
Were it not better that I did suit myself all points like a man?
What shall I call thee when thou art a man?
Call me Ganymede. But what will you be called?
Something that hath a reference to my state, Eliana.
But, cousin, what if we stole the clownish fool from your father's court? Would he not be of comfort to our travel?
He'll go along where the wide road me. Leave me alone to woo him. That's the way. Now we go content to liberty and not to banishment.
That no man saw them? It cannot be. Some villains of my court consent in sufferance in this.
I cannot hear of any that did see them.
My lord, the Moorish clown at whom so oft your grace was wont to laugh is also missing. The wrestler that did but lately foil the sinewy Charles is surely in their company.
Send to his brother. Fetch him hither. If he be absent, bring his brother to me. I'll make him find him.
Who's there?
What, my young master? Oh, my gentle master.
Why? What's the matter?
Oh, unhappy youth. Your brother means to burn the lodging where you used to lie, and you within it. I overheard him. This is no place. This house is but a butchery. Abhor it, fear it, and do not enter it.
Why, whither wouldst thou have me go, Adam?
No matter whither, so you come not here.
What, wouldst thou have me go and beg my food? Or with a sword enforce a thievish living on the common road?
I have 500 crowns I saved under your father. Take that. Here's the gold. Let me go with you. I'll do the service of a younger man.
Oh, go to men. Come thy ways. We'll go along together.
Master, go on. I will follow thee to the last gasp, truth and loyalty.
Not seen him since? Sir! Sir! That cannot be! For were I not the better part made mercy, I should not seek an absent argument of my revenge with you present. But look to it. Find thy brother. Bring him dead or living within this 12 months, or turn thou no more to seek a living in our territory. Thy lands and all thy things that thou dost call thine, we seize into our hands. Thou canst quit thee by thy brother's mouth of what we can against thee.
Oh, that your highness in my heart in this. I have never loved my brother in my life.
More villain thou! Well, push him out of doors, and let my officers of such a nature make an extent upon his house and lands. Do this expediently, and turn him going.
Now, my co-mates and brothers in exile, hath not old custom made this life more sweet than that of painted palm? Are not these woods more free from peril than that of the envious court? And this our life exempt from public haunt, find tongues in trees, books in the running brooks, sermons in stones, and good in everything. I would not change it.
Happy is your grace, which can be translated in the stubbornness of fortune into so quiet and so sweet a style.
Come, shall we kill us venison? And yet it irks me, the poor dappled fools, their round haunches gored.
Indeed, my lord, the melancholy Jakes grieves at that, and in that kind swears to do more usurp than doth your brother that hath banished you. Today my lord of Amiens and myself did steal behind him as he lay along under an oak, to which a place a poor sequestered stag that from the hunter's aim had taken a hurt, did prone to languish.
But what said Jakes? Did he not moralize his spectacle?
Oh yes, into 1,000 similes, swearing that we are mere usurpers, tyrants, and much worse, to fright the animals and kill them up in their assigned native dwelling place.
And did you leave him in this contemplation?
We did, my lord, weeping and commenting upon the sobbing deer.
Show me the place. I love to cope him in these sullen fits, for then he is full of matter.
I'll bring you to him straight.
Jupiter, how weary are my spirits. I care not for my spirits if my legs were not weary.
I could find it in my heart to disgrace my man's apparel and to cry out like a woman, but I must comfort the weaker vessel. Therefore, courage, good Aliena.
I pray you bear with me. I cannot go no further.
For my part, I would rather bear with you than bear you.
Well, this is the forest of Arden.
Now mine Arden! The more fool I! When I was at home, I was in a better place. But travelers must be content.
Aye, be so good, Touchstone. Look you who comes here, a young man and an old and solemn talk.
That is the way to make her scorn you still.
Oh, Corin, that thou knew how I do love her.
I partly guessed, for I have loved ere now.
No, Corin, being old thou canst not guess, but in thy youth thou wast as true a lover as ever sighed upon a midnight pillow.
I have not forgotten.
Oh, thou hast never loved so heartily. Thou hast not loved. Oh, Phoebe! 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 Phoebe, Phoebe, Phoebe! 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 Phoebe, Phoebe, Phoebe! Phoebe!
Alas, poor shepherd, searching of thy wound, I have by hard adventure found mine own.
We that are true lovers run into strange capers. But as all is mortal in nature, so is all nature and love mortal in folly.
Thou speakest wiser than thou art aware of.
Nay, I shall never be aware of mine own wits until I break my shins against them.
I pray you. One of you question yon man if he for gold will give us any food. I faint almost to death.
Holla, clown!
Peace, dull fool, he's not thy kinsman.
Who calls?
You're better, sir.
Else are they very wretched.
Peace, good even to you, friend.
And to you, gentle sir, and to you all.
I pray you, that if love or gold can in this desert place by entertainment, take us where we may rest ourselves and feed.
Fair sir, I pity her, and wish for her sake, more than for mine own, that my fortunes were more able to relieve her. But what is, come see, and most welcome shall you be.
It'll make you a melancholy, Monsieur Jakes.
I thank it. I can suck melancholy out of a song as a weasel sucks eggs. Come, more, I prithee, more.
My voice is ragged. I know it cannot please you.
I do not desire you to please me. I do desire you to sing. Come, more, another stanzo. Call you up stanzos.
What you will, Monsieur Jakes.
Well then, if ever I thank any man, I'll thank you. But I think all compliment is like the encounter of two dog apes. And when a man thanks me heartily, methinks I've given him a penny. and he renders me the beggarly thanks. Come, sing, and you that will not, hold your tongues.
Well, I'll end the song. Sirs, cover the while, the Duke will drink under this tree. He hath all this day to look you.
Dear master, I can go no further. Oh, I die for food. Here lie I down and measure out my grave. Farewell, kind master.
Why, how now, Adam? Have no greater heart in thee. Live a little, comfort a little, cheer thyself a little. If this uncouth forest yields anything savage, I will either be food for it or bring food from it to thee. Come, I will bear thee to some shelter, and thou shalt not die from a lack of dinner, if there live anything in this desert. Cheerly, good Adam.
I can nowhere find him like a man.
My lord, he is but even now gone hence. Here he was merry, hearing of a song.
If he compactive joys grow musical, we shall have shortly discord in the spheres. Go, seek him. Tell him I will speak with him.
He saves my labor by his own approach.
Why, how now, monsieur? What a life is this that your poor friends must woo your company? What, you look merrily.
A fool, a fool. I met a fool in the forest. A motley fool. Oh, that I were a fool. I am ambitious for a motley coat.
Thou shalt have one.
It is my only suit. Invest me in my motley, and give me leave to speak my mind.
Fie on thee. I can tell what thou wouldst do. But who comes here?
Forbear, eat no more.
Why, I have eaten on yet.
Nor shall not to my necessity be served.
Art thou bolden man by thy distress, or else a rude despiser of good manners?
Forbear, I say! He dies that touches any of this fruit until I and my affairs are answered.
What would you have? Your gentleness shall force more than your force moves us to gentleness.
I almost died for food! Let me have it!
Sit down and feed, and welcome to our table.
Speak you so gently? Pardon me, I pray you. I thought all things had been savage here. Therefore let gentleness my strong enforcement be, in which hope I blush and hide my sword.
True it is we have seen better days, therefore sit you down in gentleness.
Now but forbear your food a little while, for there is a man who after me hath lent many a step in pure love. Till he be first sufficed, I will not touch a bit.
Go, find him out. We will nothing waste till you return.
I thank ye and be blessed for your good comfort.
Thou seest we are not all alone unhappy. This wide and universal theater presents more woeful pageants than the scene we play in.
All the world's a stage. So all the men and women? Merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. His acts being 7 ages. At first, the infant, mewing and puking in the nurse's arms. And then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and his shining morning face, creeping like snail unwillingly to school. And then the lover, sighing like furnace, with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. And then the soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation, even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, in fair round belly, with good capon mind, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. And so he plays his part. The sixth age shifts into the lean, slippered pantaloon, his spectacles on nose and pouch on side, his youthful hose, well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank. His big, manly voice, turning again towards childish treble, bites and whistles in his sound. Last scene of all, that ends this strange, eventful history. His second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.
Welcome. Set down your venerable burthen and let him feed.
I thank you most for him.
I scarce can speak to thank you for myself.
Welcome. Fall to. I will not trouble you as yet to question you about your fortunes. Give us music and good cousin play. If that you were good Sir Roland's son, as you whispered faithfully you were, then be truly welcome hither. Good old man, thou art right welcome as thy master is.
Hang there, my versing, witness of my love. And thou, thrice crowned Queen of Night, survey with thy chaste eye from thy pale sphere above. O Rosalind, these trees shall be my books, and in their barks my thoughts all character. That every eye which in this forest looks shall see thy virtue witnessed everywhere. Run, run, Orlando, carve on every tree the fair, the chaste, and unexpressive she.
And how like you this shepherd's life, Master Touchstone?
Truly, shepherd, in respect of itself, it is a good life. But in respect that it is a shepherd's life, it is not. In respect that it is solitary, I like it very well. But in respect that it is private, it is a very vile life. Now, in respect that it is in the fields, it pleaseth me well. But in respect that it is not in the court, it is tedious. As it is a spare life, look you, it fits my humor well. But as there is no more plenty in it, it goes much against my hunger. Hast any philosophy in thee, shepherd?
No more but that I know. The more one sickens, the worse at ease he is. That he that wants means, money, and content is without 3 good friends. That the property of rain is to wet, and fire to burn. That good pasture makes fat sheep, and that a great cause of the night is lack of the sun. that he that hath learned no wit by nature, nor art may complain of a good breeding, or come from a very dull kindred.
Such a one is a natural philosopher. Wast ever in court, shepherd?
No, truly.
Then thou art damned.
Nay, I hope.
Truly, thou art damned like an ill-roasted egg, all on one side.
For not being at court, your reason?
Why, if thou never wast at court, then thou never sawest good manners. And if thou never sawest good manners, then thy manners are wicked. And wickedness is sin, and sin is damnation! Thou art in a parlous state, shepherd.
Not a whit, Touchstone. Those that are good manners at the court are as ridiculous as the country's behavior is most mockable at the court. You told me you salute not the court, yet you kiss your hands. That courtesy would be uncleanly if courtiers were shepherds.
Instance? Come, instance.
Why, we are still handling our youth, and their rams, you know, are greasy.
Do not your courtiers' hands sweat? Is not the grease of a mutton as wholesome as the sweat of a man? God help thee, shallow man. God make incision on thee. Thou art raw.
Sir, I am a true laborer. I earn that I eat, get that I wear, owe no man hate, envy no man's happiness, content with other men's harm, and the greatest of my pride is to see my ewes grazed and my lambs suck.
That is another simple sin in you, to bring the ewes and the rams to graze together, and to offer to earn your living by the copulation of cattle. If thou beest not damned for this, the devil himself will have no shepherds. I cannot see how else thou shouldest escape.
Here comes young Master Ganymede, my new mistress's brother.
From the east to western Ind, no jewel is like Rosalind. Her worth being mounted on the wind, through all the world bears Rosalind. All the pictures fairest lined, all but black to Rosalind. Have no fair be kept in mind, but the fair of Rosalind.
I'll rhyme you so 8 years together, out fool, for a taste. If the hart do lack a hind, let him seek out Rosalind. If a cat will after kind, so be sure will Rosalind. Winter garments must be lined, so must slender Rosalind. They that reap must sheep and bind, then to cart with Rosalind. Sweetest nut hath sourest rind, such a nut as Rosalind. They that sweetest rose will find love's prick and Rosalind. This is the very false gallop of verses. Why do you infect yourself with them?
Peace, dull fool, I found them on a tree.
Clearly, the tree yields bad fruit.
Here comes my sister reading. Stand aside.
Upon the fairest boughs, or at every sentence end, will I, Rosalinda, write, teaching all that need to know, the quintessence of every sprite, heaven would in little show.
O most gentle pulpiter, what tedious homily of love have you wearied your parishioners with?
How now, back friends, shepherd, go off a little. Go with Sierra.
Come, shepherd, let us make an honorable retreat. Yet not with bag and baggage, but with scrip and scrippage.
Dost thou hear these verses?
Oh, I heard them all and more too.
But dost thou hear without wondering how they need to be hanged and carved upon these trees?
Is it a man?
That a chain you once wore about your neck change you color?
I prithee, tell me who it is.
Is it possible?
Nay, I prithee now, tell me who it is.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, most wonderful, wonderful, and yet again. Wonderful.
I prithee, take the cork out of thy mouth. Tell me who it is quickly and speak.
So you may put a man in your belly.
What manner of a man? Is his head worth a hat, or his chin worth a beard?
Nay, he hath but a little beard. It is young Orlando, you tripped up the wrestler's heels, and your heart broke in an instant.
Orlando?
Orlando.
Alas the day! What shall I do with my Dublin house? What did he when thou sawest him? What said he? How looked he? Where went he? Did he ask for me? Where remains he, and when shalt thou see him again? Answer me in one word.
You must bar me go gone to his mouth first. 'Tis a word too great for any mouth of this age's size.
But doth he know I am in this forest, and in man's apparel? Look he as freshly as he did the day he wrestled.
I found him under a tree, like a dropped acorn.
It may well be called Job's tree when it drops forth such fruit.
There lay he, stretched along like a wounded knight.
Though it be a pity to see such a sight, it well becomes the ground.
Cry hollow to thy tongue, I prithee. He was furnished like a hunter.
He comes to kill my heart.
I would sing my song without a burden.
Do you not know that I am a woman? When I think, I must speak. Sweet, say on.
Soft. Comes he not here?
'Tis he. Sleep I and note him.
I thank you for your comforting, but, good faith, I'd as lief have been myself alone.
And so had I, but yet, for fashion's sake, I thank you too for your society.
God be with you. Let's meet as little as we can.
I do desire we be better strangers.
I pray you, mar no more trees with writing love songs in their barks.
I pray you, mar no more my verses with reading them ill-favoredly.
Rosalind is your love's name?
Yes.
I do not like her name.
There was no thought in pleasing you when she was coursing.
What stature is she of?
Just as high as my heart.
You are full of pretty answers.
I would chide no breather in the world but myself, against whom I know most faults.
The worst fault you have is to be in love.
'Tis a fault I will not change for your best virtue. I am weary of you.
By my troth, I was seeking for a fool when I found you.
He is drowned in the brook. Look but in, and you shall see him.
There I shall see mine own figure.
Which I take to be a fool.
I am weary of you. Farewell, good Signor Love.
I am pleased of your departure, Monsieur Melancholy.
I will speak to him, like a saucy lackey, and play knave to him. Do you hear, Forrester?
Very well, what would you?
I pray you, what is it, a clock?
You should ask me what time of the day it is. There's no clock in the forest. Where dwell you, pretty youth?
With this shepherdess, my sister, here in the skirts of the forest like a fringe on a petticoat.
Are you native of this place? Your accent's something finer.
I have been told so, but indeed, an old religious uncle of mine taught me to speak. He knew courtship too well, for he fell in love. Thank God I am not a woman, to be touched with so many giddy offenses.
I prithee, recount some of them.
No, I will not cast my physic but on those that are sick. There is a man that haunts this forest, abusing our young plants by carving Rosalind in their barks, all forsooth defying the name of Rosalind. If I could meet this fancy mongrel, I would give him some good counsel, for he seems to have love upon him.
I am he that is so love-shaped. I pray you, tell me your remedy.
There are none of my uncle's marks upon you. He taught me to know a man in love. I am sure you were not a prisoner.
What were his marks?
A lean cheek, which you have not. A blue eye and sunken, which you have not. An unquestionable spirit, which you have not. A fear neglected, which you have not. You are rather seeking the love of yourself than seeming the love of any other.
Fair youth, I would I could make thee believe that I love.
Me believe it. You may assume make her that you love believe it, which I warrant she is apt to do, then confess that she does. But, in good sooth, are you he that hangs the verses on the trees, wherein Rosalind is so admired?
I swear to the youth, by the white hand of Rosalind, I am that he, that unfortunate he.
Love is merely a madness, and I tell you, deserves as well as a dark house and a wit as madmen do. Yet I profess curing it by counsel.
Did you ever cure any so?
Yes, and in this manner. He was to imagine me his love, his mistress, and he was sent every day to my cottage to woo me, which I would be but a moonish youth. Full of tears, full of smiles. I would then like him, then loathe him, then entertain him, then weep for him, and spit at him. And thus I drove my suitor from love to madness, and thus I cured him.
Then I would not be cured.
You would, if you would but call me a Rosalind, and come every day to my cottage to woo me.
I will. Tell me where it is.
Go with me, and I'll show you. Will you go?
With all my heart.
You must call me a Rosalind. Come, sister, will you go?
Made thee poetical.
Oh, I do not know what poetical is. Is it a true thing?
No, truly. For the truest poetry is the most feigning.
Do you wish then that the gods had made me poetical?
I do truly. For if thou wert a poet, I might have some hope.
Would you not have me honest?
No, truly. For to have honesty coupled to beauty is to have honey, a sauce to sugar.
Such a fool! Well, I am not fair, and therefore pray that the gods make me honest.
But be as it may, I will marry thee! And to that extent I have been resolved from our text, the vicar of the next village. He hath promised to meet us in this place in the forest, and to couple us.
I would see this.
Well, the gods give us joy.
Amen. Here comes Sir Oliver from our text. Sir Oliver from our text, will you dispatch us here under this tree, or shall we go with you to your chapel?
Is there none here to give thee woman? Truly she must be given, or the marriage is not lawful.
Proceed. Proceed. I'll give her.
Good evening, good master. What do you call it?
Will you be married, Mockley?
As a man hath his desires, so wedlock would be nibbling.
And will you be married under a bush, like a beggar? Get you to church and have a good priest who can tell you what marriage is.
He does not like to marry me well. And that being well married is a good excuse for me hereafter to leave my wife.
Go thou with me, and let me counsel thee.
Come, good Audrey, we must be wed. Farewell, good Master Oliver. I will not to wedding with thee. Begone, I say.
'Tis no matter.
Never talk to me, I will weep.
Do, but consider that tears do not become a man.
But have I not cause to weep?
As good cause as one would desire. Therefore weep.
Faith, his hair is of a good color.
An excellent color.
And his kissing.
He hath a pair of lips.
Why did he say he would come this morning and comes not?
Certainly there's no truth in him.
Do you think so?
I think in love, he is a worm-eaten nut.
Not true in love.
Yes, when he is in, but I think he is not in.
You heard him swear downright that he was.
Was is not is. Besides, the oath of a lover is no stronger than the words of a tapster. He tends here the forest, or the Duke, your father.
I met the Duke yesterday and had much question with him. He asked me of what parentage I was. I said as good as he, so he laughed and let me go. But what talk we of fathers when there is such a man as Orlando?
Oh, that's a brave man. He writes brave verses, speaks brave words, swears brave oaths, and breaks them bravely. Who comes here?
Mistress and master, you have oft inquired after the shepherd that complained of love, praising the proud disdainful shepherdess that was his mistress.
Well, and what of him?
If you will see a pageant truly played, between true love and the red glow of scorn, go hence a little if you will mark it.
Oh, come. The sight of lovers feedeth those in love. Bring us to the sight, and you shall say, I'll prove a busy actor in their play.
Sweet Phoebe, do not scorn me. Do not say that you love me not. I would not injure thee, but I do frown on thee with all my heart. And if my eyes can move, now let them kill thee.
Who might be your mother, that you insult the wretched? Know you, mistress, down on your knees, and thank heaven fasting for a good man's love. For I must tell you friendly in your ear, sell when you can, you're not for all markets. Love him, take his offer, so take her to thee, shepherd, fare you well.
Sweet youth, I rather hear you chide than this man woo.
For if it be so, as fast as she looks upon me with frowning looks, I'll sauce her with bitter words. Why look you so upon me?
For no ill will I bear you.
I pray you, do not fall in love with me, for I am falser than vows made in wine. Besides, I like you not. Will you go, sister?
Sweet Phoebe, pity me. Why, I am so sorry for thee, gentle Silvius. Knowest now of the youth that spoke to me ere while? Not very well, but I had met him off. He hath bought the cottage and the bounds the old Carlisle was once master of. Think not I love him, though I ask for him. Yet he talks well, which why I care for words. It is a pretty youth, but not very pretty. I love him not, nor hate him not, and yet I have a better cause to hate him than to love him. He says my hair's black and my eyes black. I marvel why I answered not again. I shall write him a very taunting letter, and you shall take it. Won't you, Silvius? Phoebe, with all my heart. I'll write it straight away. I'll be bitter with him. Go with me, Silvius.
I prithee, pretty youth, let me be better acquainted with thee.
They say you are a melancholy fellow.
I am. I do love it. Better than laughing. 'Tis good to be sad and to say nothing.
Why then, 'tis good to be a post.
I have neither the scholar's melancholy, which is emulation, nor the musician's, which is fantastical, nor the courtier's, which is proud, nor the soldier's, which is ambitious, nor the lawyer's, which is politic, nor the lady's, which is nice. nor the lovers, which is all these, but it is a melancholy of mine own that wraps me in a most humorous sadness.
By my faith, you have much reason to be sad.
Yes.
I'd rather have a fool to make me merry.
Good day and happiness, dear Rosalind.
Nay then, God be with you if you talk in blank verse.
Farewell, monsieur. Wait, how now, Orlando? Where have you been all this while? You a lover? Serve me such another trick, never come into my sight again.
My fair Rosalind, I have come within an hour of my promise.
Break an hour's promise in love.
Pardon me, dear Rosalind.
Nay, if you be so tardy, come no more in my sight. I'd leave you would of a snail.
A snail?
I of a snail, for though he comes slowly, he carries his house in his head. Come, woo me, woo me. What would you say to me now if I were your very, very Rosalind?
I would kiss before I spoke.
Nay, you must speak first.
But how if the kiss be denied?
Then she puts you to entreaty, and thus begins a new matter. Am I not your Rosalind?
I take some joy to say you are, because I would be talking of her.
Now, I will be your Rosalind in a more coming on disposition. Ask me what you will, I will grant it.
Then love me, Rosalind.
Yes, faith I will, Fridays and Saturdays and all.
And wilt thou have me?
Aye.
What sayest thou?
Are you not good?
I hope so.
Then why then, one desire too much of a good thing? Come, sister, you'll be the priest and marry us.
Pray thee, marry us.
I cannot say the words.
You must begin. Will you, Orlando?
Go to. You, Orlando, have to wife this Rosalind.
I will.
Aye, but when?
Why, now, as fast as she can marry us.
And how long will you have her after you've possessed her?
Forever and a day.
Say a day without the ever. No, no, Orlando. Men are April when they woo, December when they wed. I'll be more jealous of thee than a Barbary cock pigeon over his hen.
But will my Rosalind do so?
By my life, she will do as I do.
For these 2 hours, Rosalind, I will leave thee.
Dear love, I cannot lack thee 2 hours.
I must attend the Duke at dinner. By 2 o'clock, I will be with thee again.
Aye. Go your ways, go your ways. I knew what you would prove, my friends told me as much, and I thought no less. That flattering tongue of yours won me over. 2 o'clock is your hour?
Aye, sweet Rosalind.
By my troth, if you break one jot of your promise, or come 1 minute behind your hour, I will think you the most hollow, unworthy lover, and highly unfaithful.
So adieu.
Time is the old justice, which gives all such offenders, and let time try. Adieu.
You have simply misused our sex in your love parade. We must have your Dublin hose plucked over your head, and show the world what the bird hath done to her own nest.
Oh, cuz, my pretty little cuz, dost thou know how many fathoms deep I am in love? My affection hath an unknown bottom, like the Bay of Portugal.
Or rather bottomless. As fast as you pour your affection in, it runs out.
I tell thee, Arlena, I cannot be out of sight of Orlando. I will go find a shadow inside till he come.
And I'll sleep.
How see you now? Is it not past 2 o'clock? And here much Orlando.
I warrant you, with pure love and troubled brain, he has gone forth to sleep. Look who comes here.
My errand is to you, fair youth. My gentle Phoebe, bid me give you this.
She says I am not fair, that I lack manners. She calls me proud and says she could not love me. Why writes she so to me?
I know not the contents. Phoebe did write it.
Come, come, you are a fool, and turn to the extremity of love.
Alas, poor shepherd.
You pity him. No, he deserves no pity. Wilt thou love such a woman? Well, go your way to her, and say this to her, that if she love me, I charge her to love thee, and if she will not, I will never have her, unless thou entreat for her. If you be a true lover hence, for here comes my company.
Good morrow, fair ones. Pray you, if you know where in this forest stands a sheep's cottage fenced about with olive trees.
West of this place, but at the side the housetop keeps itself. There is none within.
And I may profit by tongue. Shall I know you by description? Are not you the owner of the house?
It is no boast being asked to say we are.
Orlando doth commend him to you both. And to the youth he calls Rosalind, he sends this bloody napkin. Are you he?
I am. What must we understand by this?
Son of my shame, do you know what man I am, and how, and why, and where this handkerchief is stained?
I pray you. Tell it.
When last ago Orlando parted from you, he left a promise to return within the hour, and pacing through the forest, lo what befell. He threw his eye aside and marked what object did present itself. Under an oak, a wretched, ragged man lay, overgrown with hair. Around his neck, a snake had wreathed itself. Suddenly, seeing Orlando, it slipped away under a bush. Under the bush's shade, a lion lay crouching with cat-like watch. With this, Orlando approached the man, and found it to be his brother, his elder brother.
Oh, I have heard him speak of the same brother, and he did render him to be the most unnatural amongst men.
And well he might do so, for I know he was unnatural.
But to Orlando, did he leave him there? Food to the hungry lion.
Twice he did turn his back in purpose so, but kindness nobler than revenge, and nature stronger than this occasion, made him give battle to the lion, who quickly fell before him. In which, hurling from miserable slumber, I awakened.
Are you his brother?
Was it you he rescued?
Was it you that oft contrived to kill him?
'Twas I.
But for the bloody napkin.
In brief, he led me to the gentle Duke, who gave me fresh array and entertainment, committed me unto my brother's love, who there led me into a cave and stripped himself, and here upon his arm, a lion had torn over the flesh's way, which all this while had bled. He fainted and cried, Rosalind! Brief, I bound up his wound, and being strong at heart, he sent me hither to tell a story, to excuse his broken promise. Give this napkin to the shepherd youth, and sport he doth call his Rosalind.
Why, hey now, Ganymede! Sweet Ganymede!
Many will swoon when they do look upon blood.
There's more in it. Cousin Ganymede.
Look, the covers.
I would I were at home.
Who'll lead you thither? Pray you, will you take him by the arm?
Be of good cheer, youth. You, a man, you lack a man's heart.
I do so, I confess it. Ah, Sirrah, a body would think this is well counterfeited. Tell your brother how well I counterfeited. Hi-ho!
This is not counterfeit. This is the passion of earnest.
Counterfeit, I assure you.
Well then, take good heart and counterfeit to be a man.
So I do.
Come, you look paler and paler. Pray you draw homewards. Good sir, go with us.
That I will, for I must bear at your back. How will excuse my brother, Rosalind?
I shall devise something, but I pray you, commend my counterfeiting to him. Will you go?
Is it possible that on so little acquaintance you should like her? That but seeing you should love her?
I love Aliena. She loves me. Consent though we may enjoy each other. To be to your good, from upon this house I stand upon you. And here live and die, shepherd.
If you have my consent, let your wedding be tomorrow.
There I'll invite the Duke and all his contented followers. Go and prepare Aliena. Look, here comes my Rosalind.
God save you, brother.
And you, fair sister.
Oh, poor Orlando. How it grieves me to see thee wear thy heart in a scarf.
It is my arm.
But I thought thy heart had been wounded by the claws of a lion.
Wounded it is, but with the eyes of a lady.
Did your brother tell you how well I counterfeited the swoon when you showed me your bloody napkin?
I am greater wonders than that.
Oh, I know where you are. For your brother and my sister no sooner met, but they looked. No sooner looked, but they loved. No sooner loved, but they sighed. No sooner sighed, but they asked each other the reason. No sooner knew the reason, but they sought the remedy. And in these degrees have they built a pair of stairs to marriage, in which they will climb. They are in the very wrath of love, and they will together.
They shall be married tomorrow. But, oh, how bitter a thing it is to look at happiness through another man's eyes. By how much I shall think my brother happy, and having what he wishes for.
Why then, tomorrow can I not serve your turn for Rosalind?
I cannot live any longer by thinking.
Then I will weary you no longer with idle talking. Believe then, if you please, that I can do strange things. And tomorrow, if you do love Rosalind, when your brother marries Aliena, shall you marry her?
Speakest thou in sober meanings?
By my life I do, which I tender dearly. Therefore put you in your best array, and if you'll be married tomorrow, you shall, and to Rosalind. Look, here comes a lover of mine and a lover of hers.
Youth, you have done me much ungentleness to show the letter that I writ to you.
Care not if I have. You are there followed by a faithful shepherd. Look upon him, love him, he worships you.
Good shepherd, show this youth what 'tis to love. It is we all made of sighs and tears, and so I am for Phoebe. And I for Ganymede.
And I for Rosalind.
And I for no woman.
It is we all made of faith and service, and so I am for Phoebe. And I for Ganymede.
And I for Rosalind.
And I for no woman.
It is we all made of fantasy, all made of passion, and all made of wishes, all of adoration and duty, and so I am for Phoebe.
And I for Ganymede.
And I for Rosalind.
And I for no woman.
If this be so, why blame you me to love you? If this be so, why blame you me to love you?
If this be so, why blame you me to love you?
Who do you speak to? Why blame you me to love you?
To her that is not here, nor doth not hear.
No more of this. 'Tis like howling of Irish wolves against the moon. I will help you if I can. I would love you if I could. Tomorrow I'll meet me all together. I'll marry you if I ever marry a woman, and I shall be married tomorrow. I will satisfy you if I ever satisfied man, and you shall be married tomorrow. I will content you if what pleases you contents you, and you shall be married tomorrow. And as you love Rosalind meet, and as you love Phoebe meet, and as I love no woman, I'll meet. So fare thee well, I have left you commands.
I'll not fail if I live.
Nor I.
Nor I.
Tomorrow is the joyful day, Audrey! Tomorrow we will be married!
I do desire it with all my heart, and I hope that it is no dishonest desire to be a woman of the world.
Dost thou believe, Orlando, that the boy can do all this that he hath promised?
I sometimes do believe, and sometimes do not. As those that fear they hope, and know they fear.
Patience, once more while our compact is urged. You say, if I bring you Rosalind, you will bestow her on Orlando here.
That would I, had I kingdoms to give with her.
You say you'll have her when I bring her?
That would I, were I of all kingdoms king.
You say you'll marry me, if I be willing?
That will I, shall I die the hour after.
But if you refuse me, you will give yourself to this most faithful shepherd.
So is the bargain.
You say You'll have Phoebe, if she be willing.
Though to have her in death are both one thing.
I've come to make all matters even. Keep your word, O Duke, to give your daughter. You yours, Orlando, to receive his daughter. Keep your word, Phoebe, that you'll marry me. If you refuse me, you will have to wed this shepherd. Keep your word, Silvius, that you'll marry her if she refuse me. And from hence I go, to make all doubts even.
I do remember in this shepherd boy some lively touches of my daughter's favor.
My lord, the first time that I ever saw him, methought he was a brother to your daughter, but my good lord, this boy is forestborn.
There is sure another flood toward, and these couples are coming to the ark.
Salutation
is a pair of very strange beasts, which in all tongues are called fools.
Salutation and greeting to you all.
Good, my lord, bid him welcome. This is the motley-minded gentleman I have so often met in the forest. He hath been a courtier. He swears.
If any man doubt that, let him put me to my purgation. I have trod a measure. I have flattered a lady. I've been politic with my friend, smooth with mine enemy. I have undone 3 tailors. I've had 4 quarrels, and I would have liked to have fought 1.
Is this not a rare fellow, my lord? He is as good as anything, and yet a fool.
He uses his folly like a stalking horse, and under the presentation of that he shoots his wit.
I give myself, for I am yours. To you I give myself, for I am yours.
If there be truth in sight, you are my daughter.
If there be truth in sight, you are my Rosalind.
If sight and shape be true, then let my love adieu. I'll have no father, if you not be he. I'll have no husband, if you not be he. Nor ne'er wed woman, if you not be she.
I will not eat my word, now through art mine, the faith my fancy to thee doth combine. Peace ho, I bar confusion. 'Tis I must make conclusion of these most strange events. Here's 8 that must take hands to join in Hymen's bands. If truth holds true contents, you and you no cross shall part. You and you are heart and heart. You to his love must accord, or have a woman to your lord. You and you are sure together as the winter to foul weather. Whiles a wedlock hymn we sing, feed yourselves with questioning, as reason's wonder may diminish how thus we met, and these things finish.
Let me have audience for a word or two. Duke Frederick resorted to this forest purposely to put his brother to the sword. And to this wild wood he came, where meeting with an old religious man he was converted. His crown he bequeathed to the banished brother. This to be true, I do engage my life.
Welcome, young man. Thou offers fairly to thy brother's wedding. Give us music, and you, brides and bridegrooms all, with measures heaped in joy to the measures fall.
Sir, by your patience. If I heard you rightly, the Duke hath put on a religious life, and thrown into neglect the pompous court.
He hath.
Then I will go with him.
Stay, Jakes, stay.
So, to your pleasures, I am for other than for dancing pleasures.
Proceed, proceed. We will begin these rites, as we do trust they'll end in true delight.
It is not the fashion to see the lady the epilogue. I charge you, O women, for the love you bear to men, to like as much of this play as please you. And I charge you, O men, for the love you bear to women, which I perceive by your simpering none of you hates them, that between you and the women the play may please. If I were a woman, I would kiss as many of you as had beards that please me, complexions that like me, and breaths I defy not. But as many of you as had good beards, and good faces, and sweet breaths will, for my kind offer, when I make curtsy, bid me farewell. We'd like to thank them with a token from us.
And also, can Jen and Peter come up here, please?
Thank you very much. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you.
I don't want to keep you guys waiting too long. I know it's kind of late, the show's long. But I want to say a few words to Jen and Peter. It's my first year in drama, and having this part meant a lot because, I mean, who knows, I could have an acting career. I could have an acting career, I could go somewhere with it, I don't know. But it's been a real ride, ups and downs. But being able to have them as our coaches or directors for drama this year really meant a lot. They helped me through a lot, and we worked it out, got through it. Then we came to the show. We knocked the show out.
I know it's unexpected, but I've been in 2 shows for AMS, and it's been a blast. Probably one of the most funnest things to do after school. It's really fun to look forward to coming to here with the family and the directors. I'm looking forward to EL drama, but it's nothing compared to AMS drama. It was the funnest experience here.
Are you all going to speak?
Okay, I just want to say thank you for putting up with all of our complaining. We complain so much, and you guys have put up with all of it, so I just want to say thank you for that.
I've been in all 4 plays that I could have possibly been in for the middle school, and it has been a blast for all of them. This one, yes, was the most tiring for the school week, but I will miss them.
Now
I love you.
I'm lost for words.
I just wanted to thank you guys for letting me join late in the year and letting you know I had a lot of fun.
We'll wrap this show up. This was As You Like It by Shakespeare, directed by Jen and Peter.
Under a sweet bird's throat, who could want for a sweeter note? Under greenwood tree, should I be lost, that's where I'll be. Make of life what can be done, but to live and love by the will of sun. Rise by birds as they call